Hey, welcome back, guys. So there's a lot going on right now. We saw quite an interesting, let me move back. We saw a very interesting run-up around, this would be, I can't remember if this is going to be in Eastern Standard Time. Yes, so we saw quite interesting run-up, Eastern Standard Time. Those were some serious lines that ran. My take on this is I really think this is a bear trap. Oh, I always forget. Just like Richard Light Greenshield, we are not a financial advisor, so take what we say with a grain of salt. Now let's get back to it. If I had to guess what we're seeing, or at least how we saw the run up, and I know people were posting, or at least one person posted on Reddit, that we would see some shorts be covered in order to lower the short interest, which is very well a possibility. I think that's very possible. The amount of shorts that were covered, we do not know yet, as the Ortex data has not been released. But I watched these two candles, and the volume was only like 1.5 million per candle. So this would have only been 3 million shares, and a volume still includes buying and selling. So even if it was at its purest form of only shorts being covered, that would only be 3 million, and that's basically a nearly a $6, very shy of a $6 run up, just based on 3 million shares. And they have 100+ million to cover. At purely $6 per 3 million, that would put AMC price point at 180 plus, dollars per share. But that's not how that works. That's not how that math works. It's actually like almost pretty much an accelerated formula. So as the price increases, the price jump in the share increases drastically. So it'd be way above that if they purely covered fully. It doesn't work that way. And that doesn't include the billions of synthetic shares that are absolutely out there. I've done the math on some other videos in regards to that. But another thing too that was interesting to watch is this wasn't like it was crazy, It wasn't like a steady. I mean, it was steady in a sense, but you would see it go from 36.82, and then it would within the very next price change, it would go, instead of doing how normally it goes, where it goes like 36.82 to 36.89, it was jumping up from basically exactly like this, 36.82 to 38.44. Like, it just jumped the price. I don't know if a smaller hedge fund got liquidated and we're just waiting to hear the news. Granted, if a hedge fund got liquidated, it would have ran up much higher in my opinion. But granted, a smaller hedge fund could have simply only had 3 million shares, and so to cover, and so that would have possibly been it, just from one hedge fund crumbling. We may not find out. They may do a fake news story so we don't find out that hedge funds are starting to crumble. Because as one falls, the others are going to fall. Or one may decide to just cover and be one of the first ones out that had a smaller position and just took their loss. I think that's a very significant possibility here. But, we'll see what starts to unfold. And then we actually continued, we saw it dip, and then we continued to see a nice little George W form. So we'll see how that runs. We did technically have some positives in the after hours, so maybe the George W kind of led into that, because we ended up going into 39.12 into the after hours, which is higher than the peak of the George W. But generally we see a higher price action. But again, this wasn't after hours, to where we have been told that things aren't nearly as affected. Now, to include extra good summaries here is AMC's fundamentals continue to improve. Venom just came out, and AMC is doing a BOGO with that to make more people come to AMC. AMC also just bought off some of its debt, its highest interest debt, which is one of the last few things that the news has been able to attack, the mainstream media has been able to attack AMC based on their debt, but AMC is clearing their debt more and more. So pretty soon we might see dividends within maybe the next 6 months, because the next 6 months are going to be really big. You've got quite a few big movies coming out. We saw the Ten Rings was really big for AMC. I think we're going to see Venom be really big for AMC. And then we've got quite a few other Marvel movies that are coming out. I don't think Hawkeye's going to be that big, but I think Matrix Resurrection will be fairly big, and I think Spider-Man No Way Home, of course, is going to be really big, so we'll see how that affects the stock price. Other than that, this has been a hedge fund being liquidated. Bye.